Starseed.
Okay, first day at our new space, and we are focusing on co-creating, unifying together to co-create.
Setting goals. Go back. Come on, buddy.
Okay, if I write out the signs on a paper, will that be good enough for you?
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to take a picture. So we are gonna write out what signs need to be placed around the temple so that things stay in an organized fashion. And not only do our beings, but our guests keep things looking graceful and clean and magical for our temple so that we can gracefully lead a movement that is very much so needed.
Dear food, thank you for the love you're giving me now. Thank you for the love you've given Mother Earth and Mother Universe. It's with great love, respect, and joy that I bring you to my body and soul together and make the world a better place for all living beings. Now and in the future. Amen. Peace. Amen.
Hello? Hello? Yeah? Yeah? Okay, yeah, it'll be picked up today before 7.
Okay.
Okay, well, thank you. Bye.
Is that your face?
Yeah. Please keep in mind that the new episode that you are making for our holiday, all of the footage should go in there and tell a story. Let's not try to skip any footage. Let's get that whole day of footage all in one episode. So we can then move on to a new folder. Much love. So for me, I'm working on the signs. What are you creating on?
I am finishing this menu.
Okay. Great.
I'll work on the signs.
Okay.
And then we need to circle back to the pitch deck.
Okay, so I'm gonna work on signs.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna co-create on the signs, and then I'll jump into the most important things needed next, and the most important goals needed next to get us to the level that we want.
Yeah, we also have to set our goals.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I think tomorrow we should have like a meeting between who's here now, just to check in, and then when the other people come, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
Writing this list is making me excited because it reminds me of the list of notes or signs that I made for the last castles and how healthy the operation systems become when you have these types of notes around and you just see the operations of things actually. It's like a foundation.
Perfect.
Yeah. So I feel that. I'm like, yay, it's happening. It's happening.
Foundation. Transforming.
Right. Does anyone want any specific notes anywhere? I've already done the front door, I've already done the pool area, I've already done the kitchen. Anything else? I'm about to do the notes for our doors that says like come in or don't come in to meditate or practice. What do you want that note to say specifically, Liz?
I am available, I'm open, I'm ready.
How about I want to practice?
Yes.
Or I want to elevate? I want to co-elevate.
Yeah.
Do you like that?
Open to co-elevation.
And then the other one, you want it to say?
Privacy, please.
Privacy, please. So these are going to go on our doors, and people will know when we put them on each side how to proceed. Privacy, or you want to come and meditate and activate and evolve with us.
Let the show begin. We're gonna watch the history of the Lyrans, the Felines. So fan.
From Egypt to Babylon.
We got our tape
History is
tires.
rich with myths and legends of feline beings
Feline
that were worshipped as gods and goddesses. But were these cat-like entities more than symbolic representations of power? Could they have been an ancient race of extraterrestrials, known by some as the Urma, who came to Earth contributing to the evolution of humankind? If so, what is known about this exclusive species of extraterrestrials that were once an influence in ancient times? And why do we no longer witness their presence today?
So while we don't know as much about the felines and the Urma as we do, let's say, the Greys or the reptilians that are very prominent in pop culture and that we are gaining more and more awareness of, what we do know is that these Urma had a very strong, powerful place in humanity's past. They were one of the foundational influences on what it meant to have human civilization for that time period.
In ancient Egypt, the cat was absolutely revered as sacred. And attached to the cat were ideas or characteristics like righteousness, strength, power, royalty. For example, in the tombs in ancient Egypt, you'll find them buried with statues of cats. And part of the reason why is because they want to connect themselves with those ultimate characteristics of the feline race, of the leonine race, that righteousness, power, and majesty. In the Book of the Dead, Ra is shown with a knife in his hand, killing the serpent of chaos, because cats are ferocious killers, too. And then Ra's daughter, Bastet, takes the form of a humanoid cat being. Are these really feline, humanoid beings, as the Egyptians insisted they were? What if they were? Sekhmet is well known as a feline goddess. She's a humanoid cat. She's in fact the consort or wife of Ptah, who came from Sirius, and the Egyptians said was their god of technology who fashioned the human body. So why is Ptah mated with a cat? Is this a feline race that came from Sirius, or where did they come from? We're never told where the felines originated. We're just told that they're a very important part of Egyptian creation mythology. Murray Hope was a great mythologist and wrote extensively about Sirius, and she called them the Peshats. Peshat is a French word for cat. They came from Sirius. She said that the lion people in ancient Egypt were a feline race. They were actually a feline race that she called the Peshats.
The Peshat.
So this is well ingrained in Egyptian mythology that the cat people were actually real people.
Yeah.
According to ancient civilization researchers, the Giza Plateau is significantly older than mainstream academia propose and can be dated back tens of thousands of years, to a time known as Zep Tepi, when the Earth was aligned with the constellation of Leo. Is it possible that the connection with Leo is more than simply a celestial alignment? Might it be a clue for a technologically advanced feline presence on Earth during that time?
Remember,
A
these
time
beings were here before
Great
the human
Deluge
creation.
and the destruction of Atlantis.
You'll feel it.
I think there is enough evidence we have there that these depictions show lion-headed beings interacting with humanity, and at the same time, we know their association with the age of Leo is very important because we see Leo the Lion King being a very important part of astrotheology.
The Sphinx originally used to be a lion-headed being, and eventually in later time periods, that lion face was reshaped to be a human face, but it is a very strong likelihood that the Sphinx was not only a representation of the age of Leo, which was the time of Zep Tepi, the original time when things was the origin of human civilization, but it may also be an indication of the Urma presence at the time period of Zep Tepi in Atlantis and Lemuria.
I think a lot of the stories that we see in ancient Egypt about these different gods and goddesses are pointing to a unified pre-Diluvian civilization, which we would call Atlantis, and some would call Lemuria before that, or Mu. And these are clearly times when humanity had advanced levels of technology for the creation of specific kinds of sites and structures, things that we don't know how to build now.
I know how to build them.
That they
I've
were
been able to see in my
build with
blueprints.
ease. And so I believe that a lot of the galactic interface and influence that was happening during Atlantean times and prior to the flood last in our stories today as mythologies, as the stories of gods and goddesses. But that these are in many ways beings that were hybridized from the stars that were actually here on this planet at one time or another.
Throughout history, individuals of prominence with their powerful bloodlines have often aligned themselves and their families to images of animals as symbols of their power, such as the dragons with many Asian emperors, or the lion with European monarchies. But could these animal icons be more than just symbols? Are they unveiling an esoteric lineage of genetically modified humans with other extraterrestrial races?
It's an interesting concept to think about the feline as a symbol of power, because if they were these ancient rulers in ancient times, wouldn't that lend credence as to why we talk about lion as being like not only the king of beasts, but as a symbol of royalty and a symbol of power?
So now
That
he's
maybe
King
this
Lion.
is some of these
Maybe
royal
he's
lines,
King Lion.
not
Lion.
claiming lineage, but claiming that they have that divine right to rule, that divine right of power, because they saw at
So,
one point in time
to give an
that
example,
prestige
it's like
and that
I
royalty
and Tsunami are
conveyed
part of
by
a
the
council in
Urma, and they are trying to emulate that
Star
throughout their own
Nation's
family
Lyra.
line of royalty.
Oh yeah.
So the lion could be a
And the
symbol
connection of the blood
royalty
royalty.
because of the ancient
I believe
influence
you
of
feel
the
very
Urma on Earth.
I am
People
very
will
pretty,
look at images
But I've
of
also signed an
serpent
agreement
gods
to be the queen
and
of
say,
Lyra.
oh, they're
I feel
reptilian.
like you
Well, what
you're
about
like
the same now when we
like
come
an
back to all
alliance
these
of Lyra.
leonine
Yeah.
images? Even in modern eras, that you have
Yeah, woman
monarchies
alliance
and
out there,
royal
woman
people
animal
that use the
alliance I've
lion
created out there,
as
but
their
also,
icon or as
strong
their
Lyra
totem
woman
animal.
alliance.
Oh yeah.
Is it
Which I've
just
already
because they're
brought
trying to
down
connect
here
themselves
too,
to the
but we have
characteristics
two,
of
or not
the
everyone,
felines,
maybe
or
you remember,
are they
maybe
saying
don't,
that they
but a
originated
lot of
from
us
that
women
leonine
alliance.
race?
Oh yeah.
When we
No,
look
I
for
totally
the continuing
remember Lyra.
evolution
Like, I know
or
where she-
influence of the felines or leonine race,
Right.
I often point to the Essenes, the tribe of Jewish mystics that they operated in Alexandria, Egypt, and then they operated in Qumran and in Carmel and elsewhere. And what most people don't know is that the Essenes built a duplicate of Solomon's temple in Egypt. They built it at a place called Leontopolis,
So
the
magical.
city of the lion.
You want a
And they
bed, Krista?
specifically went to the city of the lion to build this duplicate of Solomon's temple. And then they introduced the lion of the tribe of Judah. I find that really interesting. And once again, it's this tribe of Jewish mystics that are going back into ancient Egyptian lore and saying, It's got to be at Leontopolis. It's got to be the city of the lion, because the lion of the tribe of Judah is on his way. And you think, are they bringing in a being that has these qualities, or are they literally trying to influence human affairs to bring out a more leonine type of lineage? You find this in the story of King Solomon.
Okay, pause.
King Solomon had a lion throne, and the lion symbolized majesty and royalty. But does it symbolize perhaps more than that? He's actually connecting himself with this leonine race. And then 900 years later, we have another family member from the tribe of Judah, Jesus, who's called the Lion of the tribe of Judah.
The Lion of God.
And he has all of these leonine characteristics. He's powerful. You don't mess with him. He's a great healer and he has these advanced capabilities. Are they really trying to connect the family, the tribe of Judah and the beings in ancient Egypt with a leonine race? Is that literal? Is it allegorical, metaphorical? What is it? If we accept that the leonine race did come here and create an earthly lineage, you have to wonder, I mean, how well is that lineage doing? Perhaps there's aspects of ourselves that we still have to tap into.
It seems like felines kind of dropped out of favor with the advent of Christianity. I think for a while there in Earth's history, they were actually demonized, where felines were seen as witches' familiars, or they were seen as demonic beings that were bringing in demons. And they were kind of almost wiped out in Europe during the Middle Ages because of this superstition against felines, which was a direct opposition to the Egyptian times.
Yeah, it was systems that accused
feline
us.
beings were elevated.
Just like they've tried to
So the
accuse
reason why there was such a hatred of feline beings was because they were always the natural enemies of the reptilian. These beings were in opposition to each other ever since the days of Lyra and Vega.
Try to keep us in a box, it ain't gonna happen.
In the constellation of Lyra, there is a star called Vega, around which orbits planets that researchers suggest the feline extraterrestrials came from. After a war with the reptilian race known as the Draco, that saw the destruction of their home planet, the feline race dispersed throughout the galaxy to become one of the most widespread and prolific species in the known star systems.
Felines are a fascinating group of beings. The felines, my understanding from what I've seen in the Akashic records, is that they were a group of beings that actually originated from a different universe. So these were beings that held the evolution of a multi-universe that was not our universe. Then when that experimentation of separation from reality or separation into reality ended, they came to help start the process in our universe. So they came in through a different portal to our galactic center in order to create physical versions of themselves in the Lyran system.
According to our ET contactees, like Ashiana Dean in her Voyager series, these beings existed at much higher dimensional levels. When we look at them having something like 12 strands of DNA, it was said that they could come through certain portals and stargates around our planet.
And humans have 12 strands of DNA also.
With us and
so we have these powers also,
in ways
most
that
definitely.
We don't have the
So it's like our
capabilities
DNA or those
with our current
space
DNA.
portals.
There are several strong lineages of felines that I believe have interacted with Earth. One of these particular racial lines, I believe, comes from the Syrian system and are known by some as the Syrian white lions. Many others come from the Lyran star system, where we have a variety of different humanoid cat races. So in many ways, I believe that a lot of the Lyran cat races
and that looks like Tsunami, you and Tsunami.
That have worked with other races to provide security and guardianship around the galaxy.
The Irma would be classed as probably one of the most prolific of the races, in that they are in all corners of the universe and have many, many colonies everywhere. So they are definitely prolific, probably more so than anyone else.
When they dress up, they like to wear finery. They like to have their capes. They like to have their blue jumpsuit type things, and they put decorations on it so they're very showy and very flashy. From the way they talk, you can imagine as if like a lion or a tiger were talking. They would still have that growly, rumbly sound when they talk.
I feel like I have
but at
that
the same
sound.
time, they have a telepathic influence.
Yeah, my voice
Most
definitely
folks
hits
that
the
have
lyran pills.
interactions with these feline beings tell us that they're a highly advanced, multi-dimensional or meta-terrestrial race that is interfacing with us from a higher dimensional level. And so they will see different outlines of them be more transparent, that they have a metamorphic and telepathic way of communicating, and that they are a higher evolved race.
Yeah, I
Also,
thought about that for
these
you.
feline beings have been said to be very wise, very kind. Sometimes they were warlike, and you have to look at the history with cats when we go back into ancient Egypt even. I mean, they venerated.
The lyran have lyran beings everywhere. There are at least over 13 trillion of them in this vast multiverse. Many different planets, many different systems, many different creations.
The feline beings are one of the founder races that seeded planet Earth. So that's why we see such a wide variety of feline genetics throughout the animal kingdom and also even within humankind itself. So these beings were actually master geneticists. They had the ability to create different races of beings using their own DNA. So initially in the history of Lyra, we see many evolutions of these beings where initially they were super high dimensional and they had more of a feline-esque look about them. So there was various versions of these hybridized feline genetics.
If feline extraterrestrials had a role in seeding or manipulating our DNA, to what end are they engineering our species on a biological level?
I think the interaction between humans and the Irma, they would look upon us as definitely needing help. They show a great deal of empathy toward us. They would tend to protect us. I think that in most cases, if anyone should meet one, they would probably be frightened because of the appearance. But that's, again, something that humans need to work on. We need to be able to look beyond appearance and look to that so-called spiritual side, which is the inner person, the inner self, the thing that actually makes the person what it is. And there would be a great deal of affection and connection between them. So I don't think that they're any kind of a race that would be feared. I think they should be welcomed openly rather than in the kind of close or quiet spaces that they have at this point. But that's entirely up to humanity and how quickly we evolve to where we can do that.
Come on, humanity.
My gut feeling
We have
on these feline
opportunities
beings
here.
is they came here ages ago as protectors, as guides, and that they are still here in one form or another as protectors, as guides, and we see them through the starseeds. We see them through the indirect actions that they take to influence here. I don't think they have a very strong presence on the surface of our planet anymore.
I have a strong presence.
But I think they are more...
The Starseed house, you have Dakota. And in the Starseed house, you have Krista.
There are many patterns of it, right? There's no one set of patterns that is going to be able to possibly encompass all the complexity in life.
Making some sweet potatoes, a little bit of Brussels sprouts, and some kale, and some onion.
And so
That looks like normal ketchup. What is that? Everything organic, huh? And the ingredients?
a lot about culture based on how many DSS multiple cohorts.
Organic tomato concentrate, red, ripe organic tomato.
Wonderful.
Organic vinegar. Organic sugar, salt, organic onion powder, organic spice, natural flavoring.
Always looking at the entire system.
Those are the ingredients.
The second pattern that we turned into appendix. Regeneration.
Now that's decent. That's one level. At least she's rocking with organic. Now if you want to get to another level, and you're looking at the mastery of ingredients, you want to remove things that have, let's see,
Sugar?
yes, sugar and natural flavoring. It's not letting me go in. Oh well. So, of course organic sugar is better than normal sugar. But remove sugar completely and it'll be better for you. You can go with agave. You could go with honey, if you have honey, organic honey. If you're not doing honey, then we understand. And then you have self-learning.
Operates like that. It's a distributed and decentralized flow of energy and resources.
Learn.
No CEO rabbit out there being like, hey, directing all the other animals. Lastly, developmental. Living systems are maintained through the healthy growth and development of all members of the system, not just the few. So those are the patterns, the 6 patterns that In Rhythm has identified. Again, there's many different patterns out there. Oh, I also wanted to say developmental, I know you all heard from Carol on Tuesday, this pattern that we observe is very informed by Carol's work. And we are very, we learned a lot by studying with her and really honor particularly the principle of developmental. I know you all went through some developmental exercises with her. So just wanted to give a shout out to that. Yes, so these are 6 patterns of living systems that we've identified, and I want to actually invite you all to take a moment and blank out groups.
That's fun. We're jumping in to talking about stuff.
We're going to do this, and then we'll start. I want to start next.
Here at the Royal Starseeds Queen's Temple.
But I, the witness consciousness, remain centered in my breath, remain centered in just feeling the sensations for what they are without judging them.
I'm breathing better already.
Right? Yeah. So we're going to be activating the breath, and also we're going to be. So because you are.
So what she's doing, this is one of our guardians who is helping us. We live through exchange. So this being is filming 2 days a week for us. And this being is then receiving different activations from specific individuals, starseeds that live on this land. And he will be able to elevate his consciousness and his body from this practice, and of course from many that we provide. And this is one of the exchanges. We receive exchanges in all sorts of ways, from gifts to money to lands to support and spirit and soul friendship. Lots of things, but there always must be an exchange. We no longer just hang out with people to just hang out. There's an exchange that happens.
Lion's breath. Yeah, so coming back to this table.
Slow down, slow down, slow down.
So for you're gonna take your tongue out. Okay. Yeah. Let's take a deep breath in. And then
you doing, darling?
Put your 2 elbows right here. One here, one. Yeah, right there. Yeah. And try to use the soft edge of the elbows, not so much the sharp edge, because then I could be a little tight.
So she's teaching him to serve.
I'm going to show you so that you can get the finesse. Lay down here.
So it's all about guiding and teaching.
So here, can you feel those 2 spots? It's very precise right there.
Okay.
It's not, they're not really here, it's not here, it's not here, it's not here. And then these spots, now I want you to feel my elbows so you feel the difference of the sharp edge, okay? So this is sharp edge. That's a little intense, right? If I just use a little bit more of the softer edge, you feel the softer edge, it's still getting that pressure, but with more finesse. So, and then here, I'm also gonna give you a little breather so it doesn't get too overwhelming. Just like a nice full body compression. And so now I'm gonna do butterfly palm locks. My hands off my butterfly wings. It's a nice grounding, steady. And then you have these marble points on the sides of the hips, underneath the buttocks, and all through the back of the meridian of the back channel. Breathe. Breathe. So now I'm just doing thumb walks. Stretch here. Good. And then, so what I'm going to do, you're going to do to me. Okay? Hold my wrist nice and tight. Nice and tight. Hold my wrist. This way.
Oh.
Good. Lift your chest.
Breathe. Slow, slow, slow.
Good. And make nice.
Make nice.
And the head is very important also. Hair shampoo. Hair shampoo is very delicious. All right, good.
Oh. Do you like my hair?
Yeah.
Yeah. You just got a hair shampoo.
How did that feel?
Okay.
Continue. All those pressure points.
Yeah, it starts from the bottom of the feet actually.
Okay.
Oh.
Breathe. As the masseuse and as the receiver, everyone breathes and there's no rush. Tune into the body.
No phones.
Butterfly.
Butterfly.
Oh,
The loosening of the shoulders.
So it's always an exchange here. Give and receive. Enjoy, give, and receive.
Blessed be beautiful ones. This is Rainbow G checking in. And today you're going to join me for a beautiful sunset fan dance. This fan dance really helps us to absorb the energy of this beautiful sunset, as you can see right here. And through this dance, we also become like the Kundalini energy that moves in a serpentine way from the roots of our hips towards the center of our heart and into the crown. So that is what we want here, is we want to elevate the energy from the roots to the crown. This dance helps us to step into our divine feminine energy of creation, and also to take our divine human sensual energy and move it up the chakras to merge with the all. Join me for this beautiful dance. hope you've enjoyed this beautiful dance and that you have gained some momentum for your everyday movement practice. Moving our bodies every day, creating spinal flexion and extension, and all of the range of motion of all the limbs is really primordial to life. You keep exploring with me and join us here at the beautiful Royal Starseeds show in collaboration with the Eco Rainbow Goddesses. Checking out from the Queen's Temple. We hope you come visit us soon. I hope you enjoyed that beautiful solar golden hour fan dance in our beautiful show at the Royal Starseedqueens in collaboration with the Eco Rainbow Goddesses. We are sending so much love and light. Blessed be. Checking out from the Queen's Temple. We hope you come see us soon. Today we're going to dance because dancing opens the chakras, it strengthens all of the lower body and the legs as we squat, and opens our heart as we stretch and open our heart to the sun. Join me in this epic yoga dance. day, beautiful ones. This is Rainbow G checking in. And today, as part of our solar series, I am here doing a sunset fan dance, which is gonna allow me to open my hips, step into my divine feminine Shakti energy, goddess of creation, and allow me to pull the Kundalini in and up through the spine to open my heart and to open my crown so that I can feel truly liberated from within. It's going to help clear any obstacles, any debris in the energetic bioelectrical nervous system, and also cleanse and detoxify the physical system. So join me now as I step into this goddess archetype, the ancient dancer.
Technological problem.
Okay, and that's,
We love you, technology.
It's not technology, it's speeding up.
Are you speaking? We don't hear you at all now.
Can I see Wally, please?
And now he's not on camera. Wally,
All right,
come back
so
to us.
What do you mean he's not on camera?
can you
How do we
guys
look
check
at it?
again and see if it was working now?
Try it again.
I put forget device.
All right, ready to rock and roll, guys?
This is
No,
funny.
you're too far away.
Okay, I'm trying to get closer. Can you hear me now?
You're gonna,
Yeah,
you're gonna
that's
have
better.
to come to the castle for these things.
You guys ready right now? Yes or no?
We need 2 more minutes.
No.
Yeah, she needs to find the clip.
We're trying to get you on
We're
Bluetooth.
trying to get you so we
And
can
this is
hear
on?
you, and so you don't have to yell.
It should be a white light.
Yeah.
My audio. Check 1 2 1 2.
Oh, right
there!
I had to disconnect.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, happen a lot of time. That's things are good. People is like,
Can you hear me now?
yes.
Oh, that's much better on the computer now. But
That when I turned it my mic volume. That's why.
Ah,
I turned
It's
it
okay,
up.
let's go.
I thought this was on now.
that's way better.
You serious? We went through all that for nothing.
Let's go.
Yes.
This is better.
Didn't work. Oh, okay.
Better now?
Yeah.
Okay, so just let me give you guys a quick background of what we're going to be doing now. So we started this about, I guess, a couple weeks ago, and it was very interesting. Background on the Monroe Institute. Back in the mid-70s, there was this whole thing, Robert Monroe, they started this thing, government funded, and they taught them how to remote view and psychic spy on them. And they were taking average, everyday people with no spiritual abilities whatsoever to speak them and teach them how they can remote view and see things from a distance. So this was funded for millions and millions of dollars. So after that program ended, this is where you get the hemi syncing and all these other things you learn about is from this guy, Bob Monroe. So he started this Monroe Institute, which I think we should definitely go to at some point, spend a week out there and just really get a deep dive. And so we were looking around on the internet, and I wanted to share this with Meg, and so we started watching this guy, Tim Campbell. Now, Tim Campbell is one of the scientists. Bob Monroe has died now, but he's still at this institute, and they teach scientific people. This is what I love about it. It teaches scientific people how to be spiritual.
I love learning so much.
And so we have so many gifts. A lot of us have gifts and talents and abilities. This can only enhance what we already have. So it's a pretty deep dive, very scientific teaching. So if you ever want me to pause, I can pause with you guys and talk about it in detail. If you have any questions, just raise your hand and let me know. We can pause to go over it. So we did go through a lot of it the other night, took a lot of notes. I felt it would be good to do it. Now she wanted to bring you guys in, so I think it's fabulous so we can start this study. But it's really, when I like this, it's a combination of the spiritual aspect and science. And science has proven efficacy and tests. And when you listen to this, she's going to be talking about some terminology that you may not necessarily get. So I want to leave everybody open. Don't be afraid to ask any questions. There's no such thing as a dumb answer about it. So we're all learning this together. I'm excited about it. So what I'm going to do is I will be sharing my screen with you right now and give you an opportunity to dive in, take a deep dive on it.
At an intellectual level, that's not where we are now. Interacting with each other at an intellectual level. But there's also a beginning level. The beginning level, we use really a lot. It's the core of it's fundamental.
So when you have density, do you know what to do?
I just breathe in.
Right. Go to that point. You can keep breathing, but go to that point and tell that point you love it. Communicate with that point, like relax, but then also use your superpowers and see yourself pull that density out of your space. And then back to breath.
Yeah, what I do, I just relax into the density and then you twitch out. Like you shoot out a bubble of energy, stuff like that.
Cool, that's a good one.
And then, if you want to film, I will say, right?
Yeah, it's already filming.
Okay. And then I got a voice say, they can be saved. Just a voice that says they can be saved.
Yeah, okay, so give them love and then
pull them.
So then they can be saved.
In general.
And communicate with them as well.
So,
because everything can be
how was
saved.
everyone's experience?
I feel like are you recording?
Everything's been recorded.
Yeah. Awesome. Once I got past the itches and I dropped into that very nice, easeful, graceful space of just being at peace, I started having visions of lots of different faces. And they were passing like they were kind of like encapsulated in clouds, and like the clouds passing by. And as the clouds would go by, there was many faces in each cloud, and it was just kind of like passing by. and many, many, many different shapes and forms of faces. And so then I started, like in my meditation, reflecting, wow, who are those beings? Are they like ancestors? Are they spirits? Like, who are
Yes,
they?
I had that experience too. I connected with ancient Egyptians at one point.
Ooh.
And it just shows images, like you said, faces started showing up. Images started showing up. Extraterrestrials started showing up. There was things and ancestors started showing up. It was like, that was my experience once I got it about 5 minutes. I just let go of everything, I became nothing, no one, and I was just totally connected. And I felt my right left brain syncing up together. That's when I started getting those powerful visuals. And experiencing energy, it wasn't even not even an emotion. It was just experiential. And connectivity to past, present, and future beings. That's what I saw. And it's funny you saw that, Andy, because I started seeing faces too. I started seeing lots of faces. It was just very interesting, grounding. I was like, we're all connected. I felt connected to you guys as well. I feel all these things I've experienced myself.
Like that touch.
Yeah, not galactic though.
I still had my ego try, when I was dropping, then my ego voice tried to get noise, and then I was pissed off again, and
Yeah.
but it was still like, taking over the logic mind, right?
Right.
Yeah, on and off. And then there was a couple of things, but I can't remember now.
Right, that's what, so another thing is I was shown that we need to have paper and pen beside all of us.
Yeah.
And before we even start talking, we need to write down the points of everything.
Because now we started talking, there was a couple 3 points more that happened. I can't remember.
Guys, that was powerful.
I can't remember now. I'm thinking about the voice. But yeah, it's very deep.
Yeah,
I
so
was
powerful.
feeling the vibration inside my brain a lot.
Right.
That was really nice, actually.
It was good that we started with 20 minutes too, because it's all about like getting past the like fidgety, buggedy part too, which is a pretty thick layer.
Yeah.
And then once you get there, then you level to another layer. So we can keep doing this. Like I highly recommend for all of us to be doing this twice a day.
Oh yeah, I want to keep doing it. I just wanted to stay in it.
Right.
Yeah. I was like, do we have to come out?
Yeah, that's where you got that field. You got that quantum field. It was just like, it was like there were no worries, there was no fear, no anxiety, no tension, just you. I just, whenever I started to slip, I just had to get back to my feet.
Yeah. When you get to these points, you could meditate for hours and have so much fun and then come out so high. Yeah. With all the answers.
Beautiful.
So we'll work on doing this twice a day. We'll be doing calls with Wally on Tuesdays and Thursdays for homework days.
At what time?
Well, we have it at 6 o'clock set up.
And we have the links to the audios?
Yes.
On one of the group chats?
No, I think I don't share any other chats.
No, I'm asking the girls so that one of them can post it.
Yeah, me and Krista have it. We can post it. Alright, I can post it.
Right.
Wally, there was something else you were going to tell us to get in quicker?
Yes, there's a practice that I use, and it's called, it's part of the whole thing, because what this Henry's saying about creating heart energy and the brain frequencies within the attachment. Because we have, our heart is more than an organ, it's a living organism that has an electromagnetic field, that has sensory neurons, something about 50,000 brain cells in our heart. And when you connect that with the brain, it creates coherence. I have to practice all it's about 20 minutes I do it. There's one just like breathing, meditation, this moment of breath work, like squeeze and move on, breathe it out, force it, cerebral spinal flex, like you said, go back down.
Your voice is trailing off again.
Okay, what I said was, breathe, asking my boy, I was getting low. I was not speaking up. But it's really breathing into it, starting at the root, breathing out, pressing that spinal fluid up into your brain.
Oh, yes.
Hold here, breathe and let it come back, the breath come back, just like you described. Exactly what you described. It really gets you there probably. Once you get to practice, you get there like the guy was saying, like in 2 minutes. Get back to that state. Consciousness about changing. And I try to practice this twice a day. It's a 12-minute one. It's very short. I'll send it out to you.
Yeah.
It's all about.
Oh no, we lost Wally.
No.
What he was saying was when you get your heart and your mind in sync, in coherence by practicing this. We learned in a silent retreat, we learned the Jedi protocol, that being the name of it. So it's squeezing your root chakra, your rectum, your perineum, your sex organs, everything at the bottom, just squeezing that as hard as you can and breathing in, pulling that spinal fluid up your
Spinal cord
into
your cerebral cortex so that you can get the pressure pressing on the pineal crystal glands, and then that begins to secrete the natural DMT hormone.
The DMT that comes from your pineal gland, which gets you into that high vibrational 0 point ocean of love. All
Yeah.
places. Yes. So.
Yeah.
Okay, well that was fun.
That was fun. Galactic Ascension School. Let's call Wally. Let's call him and close out.
You guys go ahead, because I gotta close out and get some things done.
I want to blend the soup.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want to
Okay,
just
fine.
call
I'll
him
just
really
call
quick
him.
and just say goodbye?
Hello.
Mr. Wally, we love you.
Love you too.
We're gonna close out now. We will see you on Tuesday for another unification of Ascension's Academy. I'm trying to take school out of my vocabulary. Of Ascension Academy.
Ascension Academy.
Okay.
And we'll be doing our practices, okay?
One of the most important things that I do when I'm feeling anxious or scared or ungrounded is I go to special trees. There's absolutely nothing more grounding, more centering, more comforting to me than sitting with a tree and allowing myself to grow roots. Have you ever done this? Grow roots, to entwine with the roots of that tree. And allow yourself to settle into it, feeling more and more how it feels to be part of this tree. And opening your feet and your base and just letting everything that you don't want to take with you into this next part of your Shiro's or hero's journey, just let it go. As compost, offer all of your as compost to the tree. And when the energy that flows through your crown, through your trunk, through your limbs, out of your roots, when all of that coming from the highest source, bathing you, cleansing you, washing away any last bits of, when you've offered it all to the tree, then let that beautiful tree bring up deep nurturing and nourishment. Feel the vast love and support of Mother Earth filling you. Filling all of the spaces where there was and let it fill you until all of your organs and glands and body systems are nurtured by this beautiful healing, cleansing, grounding, centering, loving, protecting light. Let it fill you until it streams from you and into the space 12 feet around you in every direction, filling you and surrounding you with light. And then seal that in a magic golden sphere with you in the very center, filled by and surrounded in the deeply nurturing, centering, caring of Mother Gaia, and of God. The earth rejoices when you stop and center yourself, so that you are better able to move on to the next important thing. Every part of nature supports you in releasing what doesn't serve you and filling you with what will sustain and support and empower you. That's the thing that I do when I'm feeling out of whack. Give it a go. Let me know what happens when you allow yourself to be drawn to a certain tree or place in nature. Maybe you already know what that is. You take your pain and you offer it to the tree. Let me know what happens. You can't hurt the tree, it's going to be composted. Remember. I love you.
Meg's decorating. Are you ready for our temple? It's gonna be transformational. We are creating a fairyland forest. Moss time. Oh yeah. Decorating with the moss. We're in the forest.
Good morning, Grand Rising. Up in for the day.
Three-hugger. Hon är förälskelse choklad.
Deep breath. For the day.
What an amazing day with you, beautiful goddesses.
Yes. Would
So
you
exciting.
like to let Meg know we're going to get started? You want to
Yeah.
invite her down?
I will usher her in.
Ah, beautiful. Thank you. Okay. So let's go ahead and get our cards together. Would you like some peppermint oil?
Yeah.
Peppermint oil is energizing.
Need it after the last 3 days of like a rush.
Yeah. You've been going.
Yeah.
Going and going. Going.
Mine's like a relax. I like to go and then slow down and then again like I waste.
Yeah.
Yeah, not always go, not always slow down.
And what was this project? Tell us.
It's called Camouflage. It's like a partner stretching / acro yoga on the massage bed. So the men, make flying the girl through some sequence of movement and at the same time stretching the body and open up a strength relationship. So it was a setting for like all these tutorial videos to teach people how to, do this camouflage, yeah.
And you actually created
I
the
created the
art.
setting, the art, and then they came in with all these, trainers and the inventor, Ronald, and they did all this, freestyle and all this sequencing, there was the director, the photographer, the videographer, the production manager, so it was fun. We did before and then I came in, check in every day, everything was fine. Yeah, and connected with these people, very nice community,
Amazing.
Cool community.
It's so fun to be able to do what you love, create your art, and help others in creating theirs.
Yeah, and you have been part a little bit.
I did get to help with the
mosses. A moss session.
So I'm also drinking some warm water. It's really good first thing in the morning to drink warm water.
Yeah, I do warm water with apple cider vinegar and lemon. So it helps to free radical oxidations and all that, antioxidants.
Antioxidants, yes.
And for your stomach, help your colon in the morning. Before I was doing coffee, but then at one point it was just draining me. So now I do this, then I do all my practices, and then I do mushroom coffee.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so no any sugar until later.
Yes, they say to drink coffee later, not when you first wake up.
Yeah.
Mushroom coffee.
Yeah, before it was wake up coffee. Now you have water.
Alright, so we're going to pull angel and ancestor cards. Typically when I do readings, I'll do 2 cards where the first card is going to be what your angels and ancestors want you to know. And then the second card is what? Tell me more about you, Selva.
I am Selva. Selva! I'm a little sleepy today. I think from another space. Maybe I do am.
So you've been traveling a long time to get here.
Long time to get here, yes.
And where did you come
Galaxy.
Which galaxy? Far, far
There's a star.
A star seed planted on the planet.
Are you recording for sure?
Yeah. Tell me more. What is your mission and purpose on this planet at this time?
Creativity. Getting human freedom.
I love it. Yeah, that actually looks really good.
We're filming our show. Dreams come true. Production day. Here we go.
And welcome back to the Bring Your Own Magic podcast with your host, Krista Mariah. And this is a special Royal Starseed Queens edition from the living room of our Royal Starseeds temple here in Miami. Excited to bring you galactic conversations with these beautiful Starseed Queens, sharing our wisdom and knowledge and stories of our bigger picture missions. So that is the topic of today's Bring Your Own Magic podcast. So let's bring the magic, ladies. Would love for you each to introduce yourself, make a noise. Meg, let's start with you.
Hey family, my name is Meg, also known as Wise Goddess, also known as Divine Future, and also known as Pimp Meg. And I create magical experiences for humanity. And I teach people how to elevate their consciousness. And I love to create magical experiences that transform people and brings fun and play into our lives, activating our inner child. And so my being, my galactic lineage, I'm very in depth with knowing what that is. And I've come from many different star nations, and I very much so stand in a royal position here on Earth, as well as with the Pleiadian family and with the Lyran family. And in order to stand in position like that, you really have to internally go through a lot of evolution in evolving your being. And so we'll talk about that. And I'm a commander here on Earth, and I guide people into remembering and how to level up. And so that is me, your galactic queen.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Divine future.
You're welcome.
Hey,
hey, hey!
Rainbow G. Blessed be beautiful ones. This is Rainbow G, and I'm also known as Angel Rainbow Goddess, or the White Tigress. I am definitely an ancient feline soul of a very deep line lineage. And I feel very in tune with my earthly nature. And as I root deeply into the earth, I also rise highly into the crown. Because we know that we gotta root in order to rise. And so I am a regenerative lifestylist, global impact goddess, and also a life force and vitality activator and regenerator. And it is my passion to teach people how to work with their bodies, how to elevate their consciousness up through the spinal channel, and elevate the serpentine kundalini energy into the heart to regenerate all of the tissues and all of the organs and the brain and the pituitary gland, the pineal gland, so that we can have more attuned intuition and connection with the divine. And I also love teaching people about the earth. And
by the way, you've got Megan behind the camera scenes here. She's repping the camera scenes quite often. Behind the scenes. Until someone starts doing it for me. And I love to create magical experiences that transform people and brings fun and play into our lives, activating our inner child. And so my being, my galactic lineage, I'm very in depth with knowing what that is. And I've come from many different star nations, and I very much so stand in a royal position here on Earth, as well as with the Pleiadian family and with the Lyran family. And in order to stand in position like that, you really have to internally go through a lot of evolution in evolving your being. And so we'll talk about that. And I'm a commander here on Earth, and I guide people into remembering and how to level up. And so that is me, your galactic queen.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Divine future.
You're welcome.
Hey, Rainbow G. Blessed be beautiful ones. This is Rainbow G, and I'm also known as Angel Rainbow Goddess, or the White Tigress. I am definitely an ancient feline soul of a
a very deep line lineage. And I feel very in tune with my earthly nature. And as I root deeply into the earth, I also rise highly into the crown, because we know that we gotta root in order to rise. And so I am a regenerative lifestylist, global impact artist, and also a life force and vitality activator and regenerator. And it is my passion to teach people how to work with their bodies, how to elevate their consciousness up through the spinal channel, and elevate the serpentine kundalini energy into the heart to regenerate all of the tissues and all of the organs and the brain and the pituitary gland, the pineal gland, so that we can have more attuned intuition and connection with the divine. And I also love teaching people about the earth and how to work with nature rather than against it through permaculture design, working with medicinal plants and edibles, and as well as earth magic, learning about the elements and how to live in harmony with nature. Those are my utmost passions, as well as teaching women and men how to tune into the divine spark of sacred sexuality, sensuality, and spirituality, and realizing that actually they are all one. And they're all just different aspects of the life force energies that are activated within us, so that we can feel more alive, so that we can live longer, healthier lives, and also more vital lives.
Yeah.
Yes.
So juicy.
Yes. More pleasure, more fun. In a sacred and spiritual way. Selva!
My name is Selva. No, as a Selva for the moment. And I'm here back in this planet again to bring beauty. This is my mission, to create a transformational experience, facilitate transformational experience for people. I've been doing that, creating spaces where people can elevate consciousness and bring light into them, evolve. I love my most passion is create sacred spaces, sacred art and art installation. They activate energy places and activate energy field around the bodies and help people do quantum shift energetically. And deeply into respect nature. All my work is weaved with plants and crystals and Mother Earth, because Mother Earth is the most beautiful and the master artist in the world.
Yes, she is.
Yes, she is. So I just show more of her beauty through my heart and my heart too. And deeply into regenerative practices, sustainable fashion, sustainable design, non-toxic apparel with my clothing collection, and also for houses and a place where we live. It's so important to live in an environment or in a place where the materials are natural and come from the earth and not from chemicals. So that are my most focuses. From my lineage, I come from very, very old, stars, and I've been through the Arthurians, and now back here, I've been to Egypt, my past life regression, so I know I'm here to guiding, to helping, and to be a light warriors, and with all the force, with all the courage, with all the strength, you know, with all these queens. I feel we all are queens from different galaxies, so yeah, here to serve humanity and, you know, help where we can.
Yes, sisters. I am Krista Mariah. I am a galactic wanderer. I am also known as Athena, Eknaktia, and Chrysalis. I hold space for sacred transformation, to heal, grow, and transform, to rise from your human 3D self, to acknowledge and experience the full spectrum of who you are, galactically, angelically, heroically, as we're all here on our heroes' journeys. I am also a coach and mentor to heroes, and I am excited to be here in this space with all of you beautiful souls and talking about our missions here on Earth at this time. If you're watching this, you have incarnated at the most exciting time on this planet.
Yes.
Where we have access to everything in the spirit realm, in the physical realm, with the technologies that are coming online, with the earth technologies we've had forever, and with the remembrance of who we are and our superhuman abilities. We are here at this time to design and create the new game, the new earth, and the new dream that we are all living together. So with that, we are co-creators. What is our mission?
I think one of our biggest missions is to acquire different land around the world that are safe havens for us to unify and unify great masters on these lands and unify people of all types of generations and genres, and from children to elders, everyone, and create new ways, new systems, and new experiences to bring play and joy into our lives that really elevate our consciousness. I'd say things are a bit bland in many areas, and so a lot of us ladies came to Earth to build the next level of creations. We are equipped with very advanced and wise blueprints to build villages, temples, cities, to build destinations for people all over the world. And so our mission, which we have many missions, and if you're a being like us, we are equipped with the gracefulness of having many missions in our database, in our blueprints. So we are capable of mastering many different, I'd say, rhythms or companies or different designs, rather than just having to focus your attention on one creation until you get that creation to its mastery. We're capable of mastering many different creations at once and fulfilling the destiny of them to their ripest design possible. So
that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
Like multitasking and just.
So yeah, each of us can talk about the creations that we see as far as our version of the lands and then our specific role and mission. So would you like to?
I love that.
Okay, yeah.
You wanna start?
You go first, Ange.
Okay.
Okay.
I invite everybody to drop into a space where you can just begin to connect to the visions of these beautiful lands that
we have the blueprints for. And as we jump into that vision, we can begin to see green landscapes filled with the most beautiful trees, fruit trees and flower bushes, and we could see cacao beans trellising up, cacao trees with vanilla beans trellising up its trunk, and we could see cinnamon trees, and we have a full patch of ginger and turmeric, and we have mushrooms growing underneath. We have the 7 layers of the forest, and we have beautiful winding rivers with clean, beautiful water and waterfalls that can power hydroelectric generators to actually power abundance generating machines and generate free electric energy so that people can be liberated from being slaves to working to pay for electric bills and food bills, and where we can build from the earth. We could build with natural building materials that also free our consumption from toxic building materials that deteriorate the health of the earth and that actually deteriorate our health as well. For everything that we do to the earth will come back to us. And so the more we take care of nature, the more we take care of ourselves. And we're surrounded with these beautiful edible gardens. We're growing big cabbage heads and tomatoes and peppers and lettuces and yummy tropical fruits. And we have different environments all around the world. So we have a connected network of hub spots that allow us to grow many different types of foods, from the tropics, the exotic tropical fruit like manasse and jackfruits and durian and black sapotes, to lands that allow us to grow nuts and berries and olives,
coconut,
and and all of these lands are interconnected, where we can also share resources and blueprints for a governance style of community, building pods and councils where people can begin to lead themselves and each other into positive sacred geometrical conglomerations of organizations. And we become less and less dependent of centralized systems of governance. And so therefore we begin to create more and more freedoms. And we also begin to have more time. And as we begin to have more time, we also have more time to do art, and we have more time to exercise more of our passions. Therefore, we're happier. We have more time to be with our children and to teach the children different skill sets. And children are able to visit different parents' homes and learn from all the different skills of each set of parents as they're being rotated around and really embraced by the community as the children of the village.
Yes, I love that.
Yes. And where also our elders are integrated into the community, and where the elders are able to also take care of the children and engage with the youth, for this is something that is a very symbiotic relationship when there is that connection and the elders can have and be exposed to that happiness and that cheer and the joy from the children. So in the sacred temple complex that
I envision there's an elders temple, there's a children's temple, and then there's that connection for those generations. So just take a breath into that.